Hello and welcome everybody, it's Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Shiba Inu. Before we jump into the price action, I'd just like to say thank you for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, why not hit that subscribe button so you get kept up to date with daily TA. That's on altcoins, ETH, BTC. You can drop your requests in the comment section and we'll try and get around to it as soon as we can. Always happy to hear back from you guys. Why not turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video? And yeah, we appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's jump into the analysis now. So there's a few things we need to talk about. First, we don't have all the price data here. We don't know what's going on the left-hand side, so we have to assume a few things. Secondly, when we're using Elliott wave theory on these smaller cap coins, which don't have as much liquidity, it is a bit more difficult to get the to utilize it just because of the wicks and the way that the moves happen within it. Sometimes they don't follow the Elliott wave theory exactly to the T, so we got to make some allowances within doing the analysis. So we can assume a few things. So either we can assume that this is a completed move here where we've had this all up into here as a third wave, a fourth and a fifth, and now we're actually starting a bigger correction to the downside. Or alternatively, what we can look at is the fact that we have this move here as a corrective structure as an ABC, and then we're looking for this B wave low to look to push to the upside again. So if we have a look at this move, effectively what we would be looking for is if we just come from the top end here, I'm going to talk about a few of these moves. So there's a couple of ways of looking at this on the macro. So we can look at this either the W, X, Y, potentially X and another Z to the downside here, in which case we could be looking at a move which is looking to potentially come down as low as this 44,271 at a 1-to-1 of this W wave. However, it can fall short of this. So ideally, we would just want to break this Y wave low, which could then bring us into some of these support zones over here that we could look to test out again between this 60910 and all the way sort of down to this 78000 area. Alternatively, we can also count this as a potentially completed move into here. So we need to see how this reacts. If we are looking at this as this WXYXZ option, what we'd be looking for potentially is that this is an ABC into here as an A wave. We could actually be making a flat correction here as a B wave. And what they would be looking at is looking at this move here as a expanding flat correction where this is an A B, and we're looking to form this C wave. So technically speaking, we've taken this A wave high, so it could be completed if we're looking at it as a expanding flat. It's also come up here and hit this 1.618 from this point. So this is giving us a few indications that potentially we could actually complete here, and we could actually look to break down. There's also this channel line here, which we've interacted with a few times, and it is possible that we could actually look to break down from this point. Though we don't have the confirmation yet. If we do though, however, what we'd be looking for is actually the potential that this B wave is here, and then our 1-to-1, which we'll measure off currently from here down into there, up into this high point, would be around here at this 50685. So this could potentially take us back into this channel line here. This would then satisfy the minimum requirement of this Z wave, because it would have come down here and sort of broken this Y wave, and then we could be looking towards some of those support zones, like I said. Though at a 1-to-1, this Z wave can potentially travel down here to this 44271. So we need to be aware there is potential that we could actually look to break down deeper here. Okay, so that's just within this structure here as a WXYXZ. So there are a few ways of talking about it, and we're going to talk about some of the other ones. So we can also argue that within this structure, we could actually be forming, we could have this as an A, B, and a C. If we take this from further back and we look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this low point. So if that's the case, what we would then be looking for is the potential that we could actually look for this C wave to the upside at a bigger scale here, where this is an A, we've actually come down. If we look at this slightly different, instead of looking as a flat, if we move this over slightly, this B wave, what we could actually do is have a C wave forming here. So it's very early days with this, and basically within this, what we would not want to see within looking for this C wave to the upside from the current position is we don't want to actually move back past the 78000 range. We wouldn't want to drop back below there, and what we'd want to see is effectively see this form a 1, come back for support, find support for this 2, look for a third wave to the upside, fourth and a fifth. So that would then potentially look to target out towards this 196552 should it play out. Now, when I'm talking about these possibilities, these are possibilities. So we have to bear in mind that all of these are viable. We need to wait and see which one gets confirmed. Though if we were looking at this, what we'd be looking for is to drop back down, find that support, and then look to the push to the upside. So this is a possibility, in which case we could actually just form this as an ABC here, which even if we have this push to the upside doesn't necessarily mean that it's bullish, because what we could still see is if we have this as a bigger move, this could become a B wave, and then we could actually still look to break down for that C wave. So we just got to give it a bit of time and see how these moves play out. It is also possible that we could complete into this low and we could start to move up from here. So we're going to monitor these waves and see what happens. But losing this 7800 would basically make me think that we're actually continuing here. And then we've got that other leg to the downside looking to target out some of these zones lower down here. Okay, so this is the one that we could be looking for if we're looking to push up in a 5-wave move. So even if we do get one 5-wave move here, we can't get too bullish because this can always roll over and carry on to the downside. If we are looking to push deeper within this and we're looking at this potentially as an A and then this B, this is some of the important sort of support zones that we could find within that journey. So this is the higher range here, this 82170. We've actually already come into this, so we've already come 50% down. So it is potentially possible that we could actually look to continue to move to the upside from here. However, like I said, we need to wait for that confirmation, because getting bullish too soon could end up getting us trapped, and then this just carries on pushing down lower. If we do push down lower, this 46880 would be an interesting area to me, because that would be a 0.618 retracement. And it would also sort of line up with some of these zones over here. So it is possible. If we look to push lower, this 3144 would be an interesting zone as well. And then finally, I wouldn't really want to come much deeper than this 21068 if we are looking at this as continuing to the upside here. So that's just some of the things we need to watch out with that. There is a more bearish potential, which we can actually just look at this as an A wave into here. This is a B, and then we could actually be looking for a deeper 5-wave move here. So if this is the case, what we'd be looking for is actually looking at this in a slightly more bearish way, and looking at this as a potential 1 2 1 2, and then we'd be looking for confirmation of this third wave. Confirmation would only come by dropping down past this 43566. If we do manage to drop down to this area here, effectively what this would do is this would then make us look for this fourth wave. This fourth wave here would look to travel up to roughly this point here of the 64098, and then we'd look to continue to the downside for this fifth wave. So the fifth wave target area within this move would actually be this 40031 to this 34496. Although with this said, if we do complete this 5-wave move, we would still have to allow for the fact that this would then make this within a third wave, and then we'd have an additional fourth and a fifth. So that additional fifth wave could look to push us down towards this this zone here, which would be this 32549 to this 262,489. So this would actually put us right on that 702, and would be an interesting zone if we do actually manage to come down here. Though, like I said, this is not confirmed. If within this bearish potential, moving up above this 151702 would actually invalidate this structure. And then finally, we would want to move back above this high point here at this 179060. So if we don't manage to do that, this can always continue to the downside. So we need to be careful here. I'm going to come into the smaller term moves now, basically, and we're going to look at some of these options within here. So talking about this move as potentially in a WXYXZ, what we could be looking for is actually the potential we could look for this to break down for the C wave within this move. And what we would be looking for then is potentially that this could be a completed B wave in here. Like I said, if we fail to carry on and progress to the upside here, we could actually just look to break down here where this is a flat correction within here, or alternatively we can look at it into this low, and then this could just be a zigzag within here. So we're going to go into these on the smaller scale now. Let me jump in here. So within this, we can look at this in two ways. So we can count this this move can either be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can look at this potentially as a diagonal into this, where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into this low point, and then we actually form this as an ABC. Alternatively, we can look at this as a 1, 2, 3, all of this becomes a fourth wave, and then we look into this as a diagonal. There's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 into this low point here. So it's possible we can look at this in that way, and what we'd then be looking for is the fact that we could either look to complete here or here. If we're looking to complete here, then I'd be looking at this as a 5-wave move. However, if we look to complete here, then we'd be looking at this rather as a 3-wave move as it is here. So it's important. We're going to be going over the 5-wave move option, and if that does play out, then basically we'd have to still, for as long as we hold below this point here of this 151782, it could still mean that we're looking to push down and retest this channel line again. So we just need to be aware that this can still break down from here. Only really by breaking back above this high point of this 151942, and like I said, this high point here of this 178859 would we be sort of less likely to carry on, though we could still carry on at a later date. It just wouldn't be immediate, the sell-off. Okay, so we're going to go and we're going to talk about the potential for a 5-wave move in here. So within this structure, we can look at this. It is very overlappy, so we would have to look at this potentially as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 as a diagonal. So effectively this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as a diagonal into there. So then we'd have to look at this as an A, B, and a C into this point here. So basically this would be a flat correction in the B wave position. Now this move to the upside, technically speaking, could be completed because we could have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 up into here, and we actually complete, and then this is a C wave completed into this high point, and we could actually look to start to break down from here. If this is the case, what we'd be looking for is the potential that this is an A wave. We look to form this B wave to the upside, which if we are measuring it off of here, we can see that we've actually come up to this 1-to-1, which is sort of an area where we could look to get a reversal. And we do seem to have broken away in a 5-wave move here. So it is possible that we could actually look to break down deeper. And what we'd be looking for then is basically the possibility that within this, we have this is an A wave, this is a B wave, and we're looking for that C wave to the downside. So within this move, what we'd be looking for, so this is valid for as long as we hold this high point here of this 110519. For as long as we hold that, what we can then look to is the potential move down at a 1-to-1, if I bring this back up into this high point, of this 95063. So that could actually then put us into this zone here at a 1-to-1. From there, we would have to see what happens, because if we do actually rather break down deeper here and we cross this 1.618, this 86613, what we'd then be looking at is actually a 5-wave move to the downside. And if that does play out, what we'd have to be looking for then is basically the fact that we are actually looking to push deeper, and that we actually are more than likely going to break this 7,000-8,000 area. So yeah, that's one thing we just need to keep an eye on here. So this is the sort of bearish alternative here. If we're looking at this as a corrective structure as it's shown here, this could actually still come down to this 1-to-1, and then this could become an A, B, and a C to the upside. If that's the case, we could actually look to push deeper within this into this rejection zone here, which comes in at this 120659 all the way up to this 151586. This could be a zone we look to find rejection in, and that we actually look to push up into, and this becomes an A, a B, and a C wave to the upside. Then we look for that rejection and breakdown from there. However, at the moment, we need to be aware that we have interacted with this channel line, we've retested it, and we're starting to get rejected again. If we can't manage to break above this channel, I would be expecting at least a move down towards this 50 or to the halfway point of this channel, and then potentially actually to retest the bottom of it if this 78,000 area doesn't hold. So this is the bearish potential. We could have this as an A. We could be looking to form some more structure down to the bottom here. This would be the support zone I'd be looking for, would be this 93125 to this 84089 if we're looking to form a deeper B wave here. And then effectively what we'd have here is the potential to form this as an A, looking for this B, and then looking for that C wave to the upside. Depending on where that B wave would retrace to, we could have some options on the table here, and basically we could look to potentially off of the 0.618 look to move up into this 127501 zone. So there is potential here that we could look to break up, though we also need to bear in mind there is downside potential here as well. Like I said, if we drop down past that 1.618 of this move to the downside, then I'd actually think that we're starting if I jump out here I'd think that we're actually starting the C wave to the downside, which could then look to complete this move. So we'd wait for that 5-wave structure, we'd look for a retracement and then look for rejection and come back down and sort of look to target out these lower areas. For as long as we hold this 78000 region, though, we do have a bullish potential. Like I said, we were looking at both sides of this. It is possible that we could look for a breakout from this point. And the way we would have to look at it is, like I said, we could look at this as a 5-wave move into here as a diagonal. So that's basically a wave 1 with a flat correction as a wave 2. So this move to the upside here, I was initially counting it as 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then looking for this as a 5th wave, which is still possible. And basically, if I just remove this for a second, what I was meaning is, so looking at this move as a 1 into here, this would be a 2 as a flat. This could then potentially be a 3rd wave to the upside, and then we could be looking for a 4th and a 5th wave. The problem with this is the shape of it isn't great, and I don't really like counting it like this. I'd be more confident in the fact, well, it would make more sense if this is the case, that actually what we're having is an extension within here, and this is about to move away from this point. So either we're going to start breakdown and we'll invalidate this potential, or we're going to actually start to move away from this point, and we'd want to actually see a much bigger move playing out. So I don't think that this is likely. The way that I've got this marked out, it's more likely, should we looking at a breakout, that we actually have this is a wave 1 here into this, so 1, 2 into here, and then within this structure here we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then we're actually looking to form a wave 2 in this position. This would make more sense and would actually be neater as a structure. But the problem with this is we'd only get confirmation of this, that we're forming a bigger 5-wave move, by crossing above this 143391. If we did have to get some impulsive moves to the upside here, effectively that would be the target range in which we could look to flip into a bullish mode, where we're looking at this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this would be the 3rd wave of this 3rd wave, and then we'd actually be looking to target up much higher. So that upward target would be that 158026 to that 14901. So this could be a zone we'd actually look to travel should we actually move up and hit this target zone. But like I said, for the time being, we need to see whether we manage to hold this 86585. If we break down below this, it would actually invalidate this structure, and then we'd have to look at this whole move just as an ABC, and then we'd be looking for this for the final sort of support zone of this that we talked about earlier. If we break down below this low point, what we'd be looking for is to see if we can find support above here, but losing support in there and the 78000 region would actually make us look to breaking down for that C wave, in my opinion. Yeah, so it needs a bit more time. I know it's a bit, it can go up or down, but unfortunately right now at the moment it's sort of in a sweet spot where it's really on that zone where it could get a rejection. Like I said, if we do break to the upside here and we start to see some impulsive legs come in, then basically what we'd be looking for is that is for that bigger impulse. But like I said, if we start losing some of these low points, then it becomes less likely. And basically, if we're looking at this bullish option here, when we drop, if we drop below this 91211, it's already starting to become less likely, because what we would want to see is actually have this, we'd want to have this wave 2 sort of end up within this 50% to the 618. So technically we've dropped down into this zone. So it is possible that we could actually see this progress to the upside, and sort of an early warning that we could have a bullish play playing out here would be moving above this 115357, and that could potentially set us up for looking to count this wave as a 1-2, and then we could have potentially formed an additional 1-2 here, so that's looking at this as a 1-2 again, and then we look to push up for a third wave. So actually the important zone here that we need to cross if we're having a look at this single structure here is potentially this 124262. Moving up above that would indicate to me that we are actually looking to progress to the upside here. And this could be a 1-2, 1-2, 3, and then we're looking to come and target out this third wave option. But like I said, it's only confirmed by crossing this 143391. So we just got to be careful with this. It is possible this wave 2 is still in play, and we have a bigger structure here where this is an A wave, this is a B wave, and then we look to push down for that C wave again. And I can't remember the number that we said previously, but it was there. So that 1-1, if we do come down again, would actually tie in quite nicely with the 0.618 retracement of this move. So it could be an interesting zone. If we do come back down here for the C wave, it'll be interesting to see if we get another push to the upside here. And if that push to the upside is strong and has a lot of volume, it's possible we could be within this wave 3, but we would want to see this starting to get quite strong and sort of vertical within this move, because this would be our third of a third wave, so it would want to have the right characteristics of that. Okay, so I think we're going to leave the video there for today, and I hope you found it useful. If you did and you'd like to receive more updates on it, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, turn on those bell notifications, and why not leave us some feedback down below. Interested to hear what your guys' thoughts is. You know, do you think that the bottom's in, or do you think we've got more to come down? So always happy to hear from you. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. I hope everyone has a great day. Also in the description below, you'll find a link to the Discord. Why not come and have a chat with us? It's free to join. Once you're in the general chat area, just @mention a member of the staff and be happy to help you out. Okay, we'll see you around. Take care out there, everybody.